these community guidelines. That means no hate speech or attacks based on identity, race, religion, gender, sexuality, none of that. No harassment, no targeting individuals or groups. If politics come up, we keep it brief, factual where possible, and there's no team picking. No left, no right, no us or them. We're not here to spread misinformation, just talking through ideas and perspectives. Disagreements are fine, disrespect isn't. Let's get into it. All right, what topic you want to do first?
Put it in the Discord so we can see what we're looking at. I don't remember. Let me see what we got on there. What the fleek? Oh no, it's blurry.
What soda do I want first? Get a Coke Zero.
Coke Zero. Can never go wrong with the Coke Zero.
I can hit refresh. I could shuffle them, but it's all random every time.
It's super.
If you want me to hit it a few times,
What does that first one say? It says gas station food. Something what?
I went full screen mode, so it should be a little bigger now.
It's super blurry for me. Ah.
My bad if that sensor's bugging you, but
No. I'm on siege. Oh, gas station food. Underrated or always bad? Let's start light. We can start there.
you don't want me
Say
to
like,
reshuffle the 14?
no,
I
you're
can.
good.
All right.
Like I said, let's start light.
All right. Is there gas station food you'd actually recommend, or is it always a gamble? I want to hear you take first.
So like when we say gas station food, we're not saying just like what's on the conveyors, right? For like whatever's at the gas station.
Anything heated or something to microwave. I mean, I guess we can't
Cause like
count snacks like bagged chips or anything or candy. It's
so
something you have to
anything
heat up
specifically from I have to heat up.
or cold. So like
Cause like
sandwiches, for example.
cause like 7-Eleven cookies, right?
Yeah,
Does that count?
we could count them. Here, let me turn you up a little bit so the cord can hear you more.
Go ahead.
Mic check.
Low.
Good, good. Yeah, in a
Perfect.
sense, they'd count. Yeah.
All right. I feel like gas station food is underrated, at least from 7-Eleven. Well, it's not necessarily a gas station, I guess, because there's not really too many of those.
Hmm.
Shoot, man, I don't know.
There is a
Trying to
few
think about it.
7-Elevens that have gas stations connected.
Because
The
I know
bit
7-Eleven is more of a convenience store than it is a gas station. So I'm like, maybe that's a bad take.
correct, but I mean, so for example, I don't remember if Valero's serve like heated food or have cold food. I know AMPM does, and so does Arco.
Yeah.
I had a lot of Arco back in the day, early 2000s when I'd go to church with my grandma because it was right across the street.
Mm.
The hot
I
dogs,
think
even though they were fucking stale. I mean, when you're young, you don't give a shit. But
if we're taking into consideration that 7-Eleven is also a gas station food place,
mm,
I think it's underrated because, dude, those, I ain't gonna lie, they're super bad for you. But those 7-Eleven hot dogs are they smack, and their pizza, if it's a good ran spot, their pizza is pretty good too.
7-Eleven pizza's fire though.
That's what I'm
I'll
saying.
put 7-Eleven on the list because the one I'm not gonna dox it, but on the cross street right there by Alex's pad, there's a gas station connect to it. They got fucking good ass pizza.
That's what I'm saying, dude. If it's done right, if they're cool and they're not being bums about it, it's pretty good. And then back to the whole cookie thing. I freaking love the 7-Eleven cookies, dude. They
So
smack. Snickerdoodles,
they're too sweet though.
um, white macadamia.
White macadamia is pretty good. All right, so the next part of this topic, you want the scenario first or the rebuttal?
Go for the scenario.
All right, you're starving on a road trip, and the only option for the next hour is gas station food. Do you actually eat it without hesitation or hold out? It
Oh hell
depends.
no. Yeah, it depends. Like
if
again, if we
if I'm
run into
talking
like a
about
Seven
younger,
Eleven,
go ahead.
if we run to like a 7-Eleven gas station or a Circle K, they got good food there. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. Those those stuffed taquitos they got, they smack sometime. Would I eat them every day? Of course not, because you get freaking cancer or something. But
Fucking probably
pretty
get
good.
cancer from everything these days. Pretty sure even water, but
Yeah,
I would hold out if we're talking about younger me, because if we're promised McDonald's or something off the freeway, I'll wait.
yeah, that's true.
But I
I don't mind
mean,
gas. Like we went to Arizona and we stopped at a gas station. Well, we stopped at two gas stations actually,
yeah.
and then they had a sandwich there. I didn't hesitate to grab the sandwich.
Oop,
That's just me though.
I had to get my thing.
That's my cotton mouth back and I'm gonna support. What else we got?
All right, now for the rebuttal. Sorry, chat. The rebuttal is, what's the most surprisingly good thing you've eaten from a gas station? I
Go
would
ahead.
say, and I don't think, I don't want to say ever, because I mean, if I'm fucking hungry, I'll eat it, but a really dried up fucking burger from the Arco, bro. Like, throw a little bit of mayonnaise on that shit, get some
Oh
cheese.
God, that sounds terrible.
It was good though. But hey, real quick though, off topic. You know who has a good burger? And I barely found out about them the other day when I went to my pops to hang out.
Hmm.
7-Eleven has double cheeseburgers.
Do they?
And they're
They have a good. I ain't
pretty
gonna lie. They
good.
have a good breakfast. They have a good breakfast. I'll tell you that much.
They're $6, but if you had the Costco microwave burgers, they taste like that, but with a little bit of extra fucking zazz, bro.
Zaz.
Flavor.
You like jazz? What did I say? Um, what was it? If what was a surprisingly good thing from a gas station?
Yeah.
I don't know why. There's a gas station I always go to by my house, and some of them are just like craving, like, oh man, I really want this. It's always like a tuna sandwich,
I don't know about
and
that,
it
but
always hits. I don't know why. It's from a brand I'm used to, but oh shoot, but but yeah, I don't know why. If it was like some hole in the mall gas station and I saw a tuna sandwich, I'm not grabbing it.
definitely.
No.
All right, we'll close out that topic. Topic number one finished. Also, for anyone just joining, a quick refresher, it's an open top segment. We're keeping it clean across all platforms, so no hate speech, no harassment, no targeting anyone. Politics, if they come up, it's going to be brief, no sides. We're not picking and choosing here, but you can drop your take in chat. All right, I'm going to pick. Living forever. If you could live forever, physically healthy, would you actually want to? I say no.
Is it? Go ahead. Explain. Elaborate.
I say no because, I mean, my opinion, I mean, we're all here and we all have an expiration date, or for some odd reason, if we don't expire how we're supposed to. But, anyways, if my family dies and I can't, and as far as people I care about and I can't, if we're promised, to see them at another point in time, depending on your belief, I wouldn't want to live forever. Not only that, if that were the case, people that I got close to, I'm gonna have to be restarting all the time. And
Yeah.
you're never gonna have family. I mean, you'll have family if you're obviously having kids with people, but
Yeah.
if you're not, your family's gonna expire. You won't have that outlet anymore. If outlet's a
I feel
bad
that.
word, I don't know if I'm using the right word, but
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing, right? Because like I'm sure like movies have done it before, books have done it before. Like oh, like they live, the what they call it, they're immortal. Like they don't they don't age, they don't die unless like obviously like something hurts them, you know.
yeah.
Like they just keep living on, and you see people fading away. It's like oh well, this freaking sucks. I would say no.
But the thing is, okay, so if we're living forever, well, physically healthy, but I mean, would you still, in a way, and I see aging wouldn't work? Then how? I don't know.
If he aged slowly, even that's still kind of like I don't know.
Yeah,
But if like right now, if freaking magical genie popped on or say, hey, you live forever now. Good luck. If at this age you live forever, I feel like it'd kind of suck.
I believe it
I
would
don't think
too.
it's just a bummer because like again, you just see everyone fading away, and then you're just kind of coasting through life, meeting new people every 30 years because they die or something.
Yeah.
And then you just turn to that weird guy, it's like, oh, this guy just never ages.
All right. So the scenario: you're offered true immortality starting today, but everyone you currently love will still age and die normally around you. You still take the deal? I still say no because I'm standing on what I said on the opener.
Oh yeah, same. Like again, it's just I can't imagine like again like parents, grandparents get old. That comes with it, right? But imagine like seeing like your loved one and like your kids
Yeah.
outliving you. Well, not outliving you, but like getting old and like you're still 30. It's like that's weird. So that's a hard no for me, dog. Too it's too
the
deep.
the rebuttal: would immortality make life feel more precious or less meaningful? I feel less meaningful. I don't really have anything much more to put on that because I'm still standing on what I said for the opener.
So I still think it'd be just as valuable because you'd be like you'd realize like oh man like I had to spend as much time with these people as I can because they are not going to be here forever,
Correct.
and I want to be able to cherish them and remember them and stuff. Just because like you know like I said like everyone's be fading away and you're constantly meeting new people. And it's like great now I got to restart,
Yeah.
but you also want to be able to keep their memories alive, you know.
Mm.
Because I feel like if it was like the other way around, like you're saying, like it would be less meaningful. You would like kind of like I feel like the lines would blur and you forget how much time's passed and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Move on from that.
It's a tough question.
All right, go ahead. Pick the next one. Uh,
Mm,
2 through 14.
let's see.
The ones we already done already have them marked out.
Okay. Um, physical media going away. That's like what DVDs and games and stuff.
Yeah. So, are you actually worried about the day you own nothing, just licenses that can vanish overnight?
Oof.
I am,
Yes.
and Steam
Extremely.
has talked about this already.
So how did I know how PlayStation's handling it, and I'll touch on it. But what is Steam doing as far as that goes?
Steam didn't really word it, but I forgot where I had read. As far as we'll say a brand, so we'll say like fucking Activision. Like if they revoke all licenses, whether you bought the game if you bought it digitally through the Steam, store,
Hmm.
we're not talking about a CD key because you forever have that. But if you bought a game digital directly from their store, and if a certain company just decides to not work with Steam anymore or allow them to host it, it said something about they can remove the titles from you. And whether
Hmm.
you agree to it or not, well, obviously, when there's an update, because I know a lot of people don't read the terms. I don't, obviously, but it's buried in there at one point.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's pretty much what I remember Sony said they're doing,
Hmm.
because it's kind of my mom kind of asked me about it. It's like, what does that mean? I was like, we don't own anything. It's like ever since they started doing digital licenses for games, we don't
You're
own the game
borrowing it.
or borrowing it. We have a license to play the game. So yeah, but you spend like however much money. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's why it's kind of dumb.
Mm.
Because like, yeah, you're like you said, you're paying to borrow the game. Like, yeah, you quote unquote own it. But if there's ever instance like, oh, like you get in trouble for something or whatever, or like you said, the maker of the game decides to revoke everyone's licenses, now you don't own the game, which is
Yeah.
kind of dumb. Because what's the point of spending the $80 on a game and you don't even own it?
Well, fucking look at Grand Theft Auto. They're not even doing a physical copy, and pre-orders what starting at depending on the package. I
80.
believe it's 100, but yeah, starting at 80.
The basic game is $80,
Uh, it's fucking it's wild, bro.
which is
It,
crazy. Because like I seen a video the other day. This guy was trying to play Black Ops 6, but he has the disc for it,
yeah,
and he pops the disc in and he loads it up, and he's like, I don't understand what's going on. He's like, I have the disc, I put it in, and I try to load up Black Ops 6, and it takes me to the PlayStation store to buy Black Ops 6.
yeah.
I was like, he's like, this makes no sense.
It's pretty stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. Like, yeah, you can quote unquote buy a game, but you could still get blocked from playing it, or they could take it away
Uh,
just on a whim.
fuck.
It's a
Well,
bummer,
what I
dude.
was about to say actually goes into the rebuttal. So the rebuttal is: has a digital purchase ever just disappeared on you? A game, movie, or show pulled from a platform you paid for? I would say yes, and this first happened to me back in the iPod Touch days. Games I owned on there, but I mean, going from what ARM 64 or whatever, so different, whatever the fuck it is. I'm kind of lit right now, so I can't really word that, but um, when they updated something to a different, I'll say not platform, but an OS, I would say a 64-bit, just in simplified terms. A lot of those
Mm,
games don't work anymore, and the people that
no.
were developing those games obviously never bothered to put it in
Update
support
them.
for the newer shit. Uh, PSP, those servers are down obviously, so those games are taken away from me. But I'm not rocking my PSP anymore.
Yeah. There was, I want to say, two times. So one was from PlayStation. Um, it was for Black Ops 1 when it originally was going around.
Mm,
So I don't remember if I bought the map packs or if my friend bought the map packs, but what I used to do is oh no, I bought them. I don't know what happened. It was during that whole Sony data breach thing.
yeah. Oh, back
So
April, I remember.
yeah, so I used to when we would play the map 5 on zombies, there was always like a glitch you could do to get on top of the desk and oh crap, to get on top of the desk and whatnot, and just farm zombies. But you can only do that in the 1.0 version of the map.
Because it got passed out.
So it got patched out. So I would just delete the game, re-download it without the patches, and just play to like fart around.
Yeah.
So I was cool doing that, and then when I was getting ready to play with my buddies again, I would always just download the map pack so we could do Easter eggs, whatever.
Yeah.
Come to after that whole incident, I did it, deleted the map packs, re-download everything, whatever, and I went to go download the map packs, and it says like, "Oh, buy for $30." I'm like, what the freak? I reset my game, reopened it, still $30. Buy again. I was like, okay, well, let me send him my brother. Maybe I bought it under his account, and we just shared. Nope, not under his. Checked with my buddies. I was like, hey, did I buy the map packs with you, or what happened?
This is
He's like, oh
back in
no,
the
I have
fucking PS3 days. Now I know what you're talking
PS3.
about.
Yeah, back in the PS3 days, so you could have like five PS3s under one account. So I was like, who did I get the map packs from? Like, I'm pretty sure like I bought them because I was like, oh, I bought them on my account, yada yada yada. Dude, I legit contacted PlayStation. I was like, hey, like I've told them the whole thing, the whole story I just told you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I used to do this and yada yada yada, and then now like my map packs are not showing up. I was like, I used to play these maps because I spent the $30 on them, and now I can't play them. Where is it? And like, oh well, because we have no purchase history, yada, and all that stuff. I was like, so I just had to rebuy them. He's like, unfortunately, yeah, I'm sorry, sir. Like, okay, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
So I lost $30 on these stupid map packs because of the whole data breach issue. And then
we already got flagged on TikTok, by the way.
For what?
Fuck if I know. It said something about food.
Oh God.
But whatever, we're still live.
Whatever.
It's just
thanks, TikTok.
It's restricted to some people now, so love you, TikTok. Even though you sent me a $2 paycheck today, but I don't know. But anyways, go ahead, Gabe.
We offended the TikTok gods of food, I guess. But what I was gonna say was, for another thing, I didn't lose the media, but I was kind of like, what the heck, where did it go?
Yeah.
There was a digital movie company. Like when you buy like a movie, right, a Blu-ray movie, you get the option for like the Blu-ray copy, the standard copy, and then a digital copy.
Yeah.
But the company that where you download the digital copy from, they went out of business or whatever. They shut down. So I was like, where's my freaking movies now? Like I went for months. I was like, where's my movies? Like I don't even know where to get them from.
Yeah.
And then I finally stumbled upon a thing. It's like, oh no, that company got shifted over to Apple Plus or Apple TV Plus.
So now you gotta go subscribe.
Well, I had to subscribe because it was actually they just shifted under Apple themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it truly, but I find all my movies that I downloaded through the Apple Plus thing.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, freaking sick. I still got my movies. Dope. And all that good stuff.
All right.
Like a little sidebar for the lost media stuff, I guess. So like I'm sure everyone that's grown up early 2000s, from like 2000 to 2000, I want to say maybe 8, when like MySpace was around.
Yeah.
I was 12 when I made my MySpace account, so made my email, whatever it was, and I'm sure everyone remembers making stupid what's it called? The security questions.
Yeah.
Dude, I was 12. I don't know what the hell I put. I was making my account for PlayStation for the PS4, and I was trying to update my email, but I couldn't because I didn't know any of the questions to my Hotmail email.
Yeah.
So anything tied to my Hotmail is toast. Like my old Apple account is toast. I have so many games on there that I can't play anymore.
Yeah.
I don't remember the password. And then my PlayStation account, I think thankfully like 2 years ago, I was able to update my email to a current one that I have. But I've contacted them so many times to try to reset my password. But they're like, I legit tell the people like, hey, like I created this account when I was 12. I don't remember any of the answers I've ever put.
And they're like, yeah, bub, we heard that already.
Yeah, they're like legit, like, oh, sorry, like if you can't at least verify any of them, we can't really help you. I was like, all right. So like I have like games on Apple that I can't play anymore that are maxed out. Certain things that are just tied to that email, it's whatever. But the only one I'm really concerned about is PlayStation, just because all my freaking games are tied to it.
Yeah.
But good old MySpace. That's where it all started.
Yeah. So the scenario for this is every digital copy of every movie, game, and show you ever bought vanishes overnight due to a licensing dispute. Permanently with zero refund. What's the first thing you do? You basically just said it. You're going to contact support. They're going to put us in a loop.
Yeah.
And call it a day, basically.
A bummer, dude. Like again, like what do you do if like you don't have like a picture of it? Because you can't even do that now.
Yeah.
You take a picture or something, they're like, oh well, did you AI generate that? It's like, well, now I'm lost.
Yep, that's gonna be one excuse that's gonna get overly used too.
Yep. It's just a sucky time, dude. Nothing's physical anymore. Like I try to, like the kids have a VCR. So I'm like, oh, we still have some VHS tapes they can watch, like old like Disney movies, some old like Nickelodeon episodes.
Yeah.
So thankfully I have that for them. I've been considering trying to get an N64 for my son, just so he has something to play and that's like not like super challenging. Just because once he's done with those games, I'll upgrade him to like a PS2 and start giving him games there. Just because it's different. Old cartridge games, old PS2 games, they just hit different than these new games. Doesn't hit the brain the same way.
Yeah, I see the flag reason. It says consuming substances featured in this live could harm your health. What? Because I said
like what do we
because
say?
I said Coke. I'm drinking a Coke Zero.
Oh, maybe because we said cancer.
Well, yeah, that too. And now I'm drinking a Dr. Pepper Zero, but I don't know.
TikTok,
Good.
we're not condoning anybody overeat these foods that might lead to something. We got Prop 65 plastered everywhere here in California, so I think we're all right.
All right, we'll close out of that topic. Let's see.
It's your turn.
Retail jobs. You love them or hate them? Opener. Best or worst retail job story? Go.
I don't really have like a really good or bad one. The only thing I can really say is like the only retail job I've had was working at AutoZone. It was by far just run of the mill, like good and bad days. There wasn't really like an instant like, oh man, I'm gonna remember this store forever. Just constantly people just like telling me like, oh well, I know better than you do. I was like, okay, bro. Like I remember a dude coming in and I was asking him like what kind of engine he has because he's
Rain
making,
is
like,
about to
spark plugs
drop.
or something.
Stay
Yeah.
active in chat
And
to get.
he's
3
like, oh, it has a
points.
V4.
Current
And
pot,
I was like, sir, no car has a
3.0
V4. Like, do you mean the inline? Do you mean like a inline 4 or a V6? I can't remember what kind of car it was. He's like, oh no, it's a V4. I'm like, all right, so I'm just gonna comb over that. I don't want to argue with you, and went on the day.
I don't really have a best or worst story, but I guess I'd say once upon a time, as far as fucking, if we're talking about staff.
Thanks for sharing, but
There's
let's
always
keep it
those
chill
few
and
that-
focus on the vibes. PogChamp,
Of course,
let's have
like,
some
have your
fun
back
here.
on shit. But I mean, obviously you don't cross certain thresholds because I mean they can only do so much. But then there's also some that don't. But same thing with coworkers. Same shit. Just don't cross certain thresholds.
Rain
I don't
paid
want to
out.
speak too much on
Stream
mine,
elements
but
collected 0.25
so I'll
points
keep
from the
that.
pot.
I'll keep that opener part as is. What I have to say. All right, so there's two rebuttals on this one. First one is retail actually harder than people give it credit for, or is it that it's overstated?
You want to touch on that? You in retail longer than I have.
I don't know how to answer that. I mean, depending on where you're working, I believe it depends on what kind of retail job it is you're working. Like,
But what retail job is there aside from like food service and
I mean, the people at the mall that try to sell clothes. I don't know if dealerships are retail, but
nah, that's a whole nother market.
I don't know.
I want to say every kind of job has its quote unquote hardness to
Yeah.
it. Like I'm sure dealing with people all day long is probably hard because you like you don't have to be nice, but you kind of have to. You know?
Yeah. Or else
Like,
you
if you
get
were gonna,
fucking screwed over.
Yeah, like you might have like that jerky like manager or lead. It's like, hey man, like I know you should be kind of rude to the customers. They're like, oh, but he's kind of being rude back to me. I'm like, whatever, you know? And then you get in trouble for something, or you get written up, or
Yep.
whatever.
Customer's always right at the end of the fucking day, but
But you know, they're not. Some customers are dumb.
Yep.
But it's just I wouldn't say harder than like I can't say working at Starbucks is harder than being like a freaking police officer or something, you know?
I would say these days, a lot of the people that do say it, not every single person, but I'll say maybe 30% of them, it's because they don't want to fucking work.
Yes. Like I like all the posts of like again, Starbucks is like, oh man, like here I am working 30 hours a week. It's like, yeah, you're working under the
But you're
average amount
you're
of
choosing
hours
to
a
be
week.
there though.
You're choosing to be there. It's like, oh, we're not getting paid enough. The thing that gets me about these retail jobs, like people saying that they don't get paid enough. It's like, okay, I used to complain about that too, but you kind of have to work your way around to jobs that pay more, or get
Yeah.
certificates, or get degrees, or start your own business. That's honestly what it is.
Yeah. All right, the
Like
second. Oh, go ahead.
Not necessarily this little thing. Like no one told you not to go to school. No one told you not to start a business.
Yeah,
No one
those
told
are
you-
choices you make early on, and obviously, if you don't handle stuff a certain way, not pay for it, but I mean, you're gonna deal with it later on.
Like, dude, like McDonald's. Like you could start at the bottom of the barrel at McDonald's, and you could work your way up to like a general manager making what? Freaking 70 grand a year. That's decent. I mean, it's probably not the best for California right now, but still,
Yeah.
it's enough to get a
For
car,
sh-
maybe get like a small studio for $1,400, depending where you're at. I'm not saying LA by any circumstance.
Yeah.
LA area, hard.
Or even San Francisco, fucking both
Yeah,
overpriced.
any Bay Area, any LA County city, you're boned. Like, but if you're like in the valley or like the desert areas, yeah, I mean it's probably not the most luxurious place to live, but you still have a place to call your own, you know.
Yeah.
Like I used to look all the time, for like a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom, and like probably like a year or two ago, and I found a couple over in my area, and they were like $1,500.
I know. I found one by Alex's house when some shit was going on personally with the family member. Right behind Alex's house, where his mom lives, 1 bedroom. You get your laundry shit like in your own unit. 15.
It's not bad.
Not bad, but I seen what alley it was connected to. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to move there.
Well, like granted, when Ika and I got our first apartment, granted it was 2018, so I understand there's a difference in like pricing, life going on, whatever.
Yeah.
Our first apartment was $1,300, and it's 500 square feet. Like I get some people like, oh well, that's too small or whatever. It's like, yeah, bro, but you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you got
Like,
you're not gonna get
somewhere,
something
dude.
big off the rip.
Yeah, especially like you're working a job where you're just starting out making like what's the minimum wage right now? Like $18? Like
As far as I know, 18, not 20 yet, but because I know California's
Like, I
gonna
know-
move it up.
yeah, I think is the fast food job still getting paid the $20 an hour or whatever?
Yep.
Or no? So they're getting paid like a decent chunk of change. Like they might not be able to live on their own, but still, so maybe someone to roommate with and still have some freaking money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Like I was making $20 when I got my first move in the office job, and that was pretty cool. But granted, again, like I know that's like 8 years ago, still.
Yeah, compared to fucking now.
Plus, a lot of people just rack up their credit and got a bunch of loans and whatnot. It's like, oh well, what am I gonna do now? It's like I'm broke. It's like, yeah, but you also have 60% debt to income. What do you expect?
All right, the second rebuttal, and by the way, welcome in chat. We were in discussion mode, so I didn't say hello, but if you're just tuning in, thank you guys for tuning in. TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Kick. Glad to have you guys here. Hope everyone's doing well wherever you're from, day or night. And let's continue in. So,
Real quick, just to add,
Go
you
ahead.
saying all this stuff about going to school and whatnot, like I'm dumb. I've made bad choices. Don't think I'm saying I made the right choices here.
oh, I didn't go to school either.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. Like I freaking analyze and see what's going on, and like everyone's complaining about the weirdest things,
Yep.
and they're making their own choices.
All right, so if retail paid $30 an hour, would your opinion of the job itself change, or just your tolerance for it? The way the state's going right now, where we live, I would say the tolerance would change slightly, because 30 an hour, I mean, I can guarantee there's some people in the store that I work at are making near 25 or 26. And don't get me wrong, that's a good wage Yeah, I'm comfortable with what I'm making. I'm pretty sure they are too. I'm pretty sure everyone in the store is comfortable with it, but like how you were saying, you can't live alone on that. Like, we're in a period where you gotta have 2 jobs if you're trying to do it by yourself.
Yeah, like if you're like, I'll be honest, like I make $30 an hour.
Mhm.
I could quote unquote live on my own, but it would be very much so like, oh, like I have like again like a $1,500 apartment, and then my car's paid off,
Yeah,
and I had no debts. I'd still be able to live on my own, but I got kids, I got a wife.
yeah.
That's out the window right now. Like again, the you need like a double income to have a family, or at least make double that
Pretty much.
to live comfortably.
But yeah, my answer to that, my opinion on the job, would it change? I would say no, because I mean, I'm still happy where I'm at. Even if it got bumped up to $30, I'd still be happy. The tolerance, I would say it'd still be where it is now. I'm tolerant at my job, but I don't think it would change anything yet, because it doesn't feel too substantial.
Hmm.
I mean, because
Me,
how do we know, like, this is off topic, but how do we know if inflation's gonna fuck us in the next, year or so? Which it probably is, but
me personally, I used to look all the time, like chill jobs. Like a chill job to me would be like a manager, like at a van store.
yeah.
If I was offered $30 an hour to be a manager at a van store, I would take it.
Hmm.
It'd be a lot less stressful than what I'm doing now, because the product I'm dealing with now is like anywhere from $12,000 to $20,000. So I would rather deal with some $60 shoes and some 18-year-olds that need their schedule changed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So here's a scenario. A customer screams at you over a $2 coupon that expired yesterday. Your manager is watching, and there's a line of 10 people behind them. What do you actually do in that exact moment?
Go ahead, Kev.
It depends how they're coming off first. If they're being complete, just a-holes in the most professional way, but also in a blunt way, I'm going to tell them, I can't do it. You're going to have to pay this price because this expired at this day. And if they have a problem with it, then I guess the other professional way would be like, you can either buy it or you have to go to another store, sadly. But if the manager's watching, I mean, any manager, if the store has multiple, they're going to want to see you actually handle it correctly, so you got to play ball. I'm not saying what I just described is not playing ball. It's just me going about it a certain way. But if you come respectful, obviously you're going to get 100% respect back. But if you come sideways, you're still going to get somewhat respect back, but just stuff's going to be worded differently. Not vulgar.
Me personally, if we're talking Gabe now, and my manager's watching, it'd be very much so, well, ma'am or sir, your coupon's expired, so there's no way around it. You have to pay the price of what it is.
Yeah.
And especially if they're yelling at me, there's no way. I'm not gonna tolerate it. It'll be very much so like, your coupon's expired. I don't know what you expect me to do here. It's not my fault you can't read. That's what it is. Oh, I want to talk to your manager. Go ahead, by all means.
I did. So there was a case. This can relate to it. There's a machine at work, which I'm not gonna dox, but it's not making a copy of something, so it's broken. And what happens? Hold on.
Alright, dude.
So what happens with the machine? Again, it's not making copies of things, but we clearly state when they come up like, "Hey, this isn't doing this today," and so they proceed to go on. Well, how come it's not doing it? It's screwed up, it's glitched, and it's not reading things right. So it gets to the point where they want to speak to a supervisor or a manager, and in the back of my head, it's literally like they're going to tell you the same thing. So one comes over, and I had already explained to them before they got there. They said the same thing, and the customer is assuming like if they get them involved that it's going to work, which I get it from a customer's endpoint, but it don't work like that. If the machine's broken, it's broken. I go, it doesn't matter who you get there. It's not like they're going to be able to fix it. They can try to troubleshoot it at that point in time, but it's not going to change anything.
Yeah. Like, I remember one time, kind of on the surface, like people getting a discount or their money back, whatever.
Yeah.
Someone at AutoZone was trying to return.
Don't even get me started on returns, dude. Go ahead, though.
I can't remember if it was like a tool or a part they had, and it was like $300. But it was like, obviously, like it wasn't opened, all that good stuff. And my manager at the time literally just told me like, hey, like we got to make sure like we're verifying returns and all that good stuff. Like let's try to limit that. And in my head, I'm like, how do I limit someone's return if they're returning it for good reason? And like this guy literally shows up like not even like 40 minutes later, like, oh, I need to return this. I ended up using it. It's like he said, $300. I was like, oh, all freaking nervous. It was my first job, so I was like, I was all worried about getting in trouble and whatnot. It's like, oh, fudge. And then my manager walks over. He's like, did you return $300 today? I was like, yeah. He's like, why? I was like, well, so-and-so signed off on it. I was like, the guy, he returned a radiator. He's like, it's still brand new in the box. And, okay, well, like again, let's make sure we're not keeping those returns down, you know? I was like, okay.
Like, all right, Pops.
Sure, man. Like, I don't know what that means, but all right.
All right, on to the next. Go ahead.
I'm just glad I don't work in retail. I'm just glad I don't work in retail. I can't deal with it. I love people, you know. I wish them the best. God bless them, but some people just, you know, are not the sharpest tool in the shed, you know.
Yeah. For anyone just joining, we're doing an open talk segment and we're keeping it clean across all platforms. We already got flagged on TikTok for apparently promoting something to eat, which we're not, but anyways. No hate speech, no harassment, no targeting anyone. If politics come up, we keep it brief. You guys can say what you want, but if you say certain things, we're not going to respond to you. No left, no right, just discussion, no division. Go ahead, pick the next topic, Gabe.
What are comfort zones? What do you mean by that?
Is staying in your comfort zone ever actually the smart move or always a cop-out?
No. Alright, let's touch on it. What was it again? Sorry.
Is staying in your comfort zone ever actually the smart move or always a cop-out?
Me, from my personal experience, I feel like it's a cop-out because I've done that myself. Being afraid to try something and just telling myself like, oh, it's not going to work out anyway. And if I kept doing that, I would not have... I started in the warehouse at my job I'm at.
Yeah.
The company I'm at. Started in the warehouse and, you know, took chances, chopped myself up with the engineers we have there. And I ended up working with the engineering team that I'm with now. And then again, like if I was just comfortable, you know, making the minimum wage, working nights and just pocketing overtime, thinking like, oh, I'm balling, versus taking that stepping stone. I mean, I could have just been comfortable and staying where I'm at, capped out whatever dollar amount it is.
Yeah.
The problem with being comfortable is like you don't ever challenge yourself,
Yeah.
and then you just get stuck in whatever you're doing.
Well,
Like even now, sometimes I feel like I'm getting comfortable, but it's like, no, man, I keep challenging myself at work and see what I can do differently to quote unquote make the work experience better, you know?
I mean, that's what I was gonna say too. Being comfortable for too long can actually fuck you over. It's done that to me a few times. Not really work related, but I mean, just also personal things too. You can't stay where you're at for forever. Like, don't sandbox / jail yourself. You're gonna have to break out at some point.
No, yeah, the whole being comfortable doesn't just translate to work, it translates to kind of everything in life, you know? Because if you just stay doing the same thing, it's like, oh, like, I've never changed. Like, bro, you're 50 years old and you're still acting like you're in high school. Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
And those are
I
fucking
know
idiots. Is just my view on it, but that's what I'm gonna
But
call
you know,
it.
like
But,
I know we joke like, oh, you bang this shit. Like, we joke like that, but
there's
we're
still
not,
people like that in their fucking 40s, dude.
there's still people like that in their 40s, like fighting people. It's like, what are you fighting people for, bro? Like, you're old. Like,
There's
you
this
wanna go to jail?
fucking like veterano I see. He comes in a lot, and he's from fucking somewhere in Santa Ana. I'm not gonna name any cliques or anything, but he he talks like it still. But I mean, I don't know if he's active or not anymore. But off topic.
But it's just like, again, it's like I don't want to get into a fight, but like if it were to happen, like, oh, someone disrespects like Ika or like does something to my kids, like, yeah, I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna throw some hands, but it's like, do I want to for the sake of like, oh yeah, I freaking fought this dude? It's like, no, man, I don't want to go to jail. Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
have something on my record just because like, oh, I got pissed off at something. Like, that's dumb. Or even worse, like, let's say I do get into a fight and I end up getting knocked out, or even worse.
Yeah.
Like, that's dumb. Over the dumbest things, that makes no sense to me. But like, back to getting the comfortable thing, it's like, you can't be living the same way all the time and expecting like life to change.
Yeah. There'll never be no changes.
No, like I say all the time in like my Instagram posts, it's like, you can't expect God to bless your life and you're constantly doing the same old things, living your life how you see fit.
Correct.
Making God fit into your life versus you fitting to his plan.
Yeah.
You know? That's the way I see it. Or being like the typical, well, not typical, but like the person's like, oh, well, leave it to God and nothing ever changes. Because like I tell Ika, like, sometimes God just wants us to make a choice.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
All right. So as far as the rebuttal, what's something outside your comfort zone you're glad you did anyway? I have to think on that one because there's like 5 things, but there's a few I will still refuse to say. They're not bad, but 2 of them are bad. I would say, I think my biggest one is actually literally just speaking to people. I hated fucking trying to talk to people. Like, the easiest way for me back then was obviously in school, because if we found something funny like that we had in common, easy way to just start building up off of that. But now, like, I'll say back then, like around that's around 8th grade. Now if we go forward like 4 or 5 years, technically like fresh out of school already, I'm going into the real world. I'm not gonna have any friends like looking like for a job and all that shit, like looking in the same area. I hated interviews. I never knew how to speak in them. It was always blunt. The biggest thing for me was getting out of that sandbox, and the job I'm at now actually helped me with that a lot.
Opening up and like having conversations.
Yeah. We're not giving skins away, cuppies, but thank you for tuning in. Go ahead.
We're just chatting.
Yeah.
podcast style. What was it again? Sorry, drawing a blank here.
Well, he ain't asking for skins. He's asking for $3.44 for DoorDash because his parents are at work. Well, what are you trying? What are you trying to get first? Go ahead, Gabe.
What was it again?
What's something outside your
was the
comfort zone?
opportunity?
You're glad you did anyway.
I think the same thing because like in high school, I've never like I didn't have a problem like talking to people
Yeah.
per se, but more so like presenting something or having the guts to speak out about something when it comes to work or whatever.
Yeah.
I would always kind of like shut down and put a shell on, you know. Like I remember doing this presentation in high school. I think it was my junior year. And like I legit had note cards, and like the note cards were to my face, and I was trying to read them, and I was just stumbling over every word.
Yeah.
But now, I have no problem like really like publicly speaking. Like it's gonna get a little dark, but I'm speaking at my grandma's funeral. Like I had no problem doing that. I didn't have like a nervous bone in my body about it. And then speaking at work, like just kind of speaking up for people, whatever, in certain meetings I have. I don't really have a problem with it. The only problem I don't like doing when it comes to comfort zones is small talk.
Yeah.
Like I know small talk has to happen to find like you said, find the common ground.
Yeah.
Like God, do I freaking hate it. I hate it so much. It's like especially when I try to explain what I do for my job, because it's hard to explain. Because no one really knows what it is. Because they hear like engineering technician and like, oh, like you do engineering. It's like I don't, but yeah. Now I just say like, oh, I work with my engineering team. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I just leave it at that.
All right. So you're offered a genuinely exciting opportunity that requires doing something that terrifies you. Do you take it or let it pass and stay comfortable? I'm kind of in the phase where if I can see somewhat of the outcome, I don't need to see too much. And if it's convincing, I'll do it. But there's certain thresholds too that I won't cross. We'll end up getting into that later.
Let's say like it's legal, everything's legal, there's nothing under the table. It's like, hey, like there's this opportunity. We're gonna offer you a GM spot. But you have to do whatever it is.
Yeah.
You taking it?
It all depends on what that whatever it is.
What's the thing you fear the most? Like publicly speaking in front of people, or?
I mean, I could do that, but it just depends on how big the crowd is, because that's still being worked on.
Gotcha. I think my thing is like same thing. Like if they're like, oh, we're gonna offer you this lead or managerial project manager position in my job. Only thing I can kind of relate to, I guess.
Yeah.
It would be like, oh, well, you have to do this, but you have to present all your findings or your data to the big wigs. So like the CEO or like all our managers and stuff, supervisors and whatnot. If I had to present it to them, I'd be like, oh, fudge. Because my thing is like, I hate looking stupid.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I don't know how else to
but-
put it. I don't know how else like to put it. But like I hate like not having an answer, or people trying to make it seem like I don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Just like taking advantage of my nervousness.
Mm.
So that I guess I would still try to take it, but that's where I'd be like, oh man, this would be tough, and just pray about it and talk to the wife and like, you got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would probably be like my scenario, I guess.
Oh, good discussion right there. All right, we'll close that one out. I pick number 8, which is God. So, opener, do you think belief in God has gone up or down as things have gotten harder economically, and why? I feel belief has genuinely gone up, but there's people that claim belief too, which I'll consider half-steppers. I wouldn't say economically. I mean, we could include that. There's a lot of other reasons why people's beliefs have gone up. So to take in consideration of if you're if you're on it, if you're not, then just listen. But to take in consideration, earthquakes happening everywhere, possible wars or ongoing. I don't want to talk too much on the war stuff because we could get flagged for that too. But what else is there?
Call of Duty war.
Economics, obviously, that's the third. Digital IDs being another concern. I don't know. There's just a bunch of stuff is causing people. I don't want to use causing, but I'll say turning them towards God. And the ones that actually are going there, good for you. The ones that are just doing it because it's trending, I guess. I mean, hopefully you get a change of heart later on at some point. I believe everyone will come at their own time, but that's my view on the opener.
I think kind of in the same hand. Like, there, I wouldn't say it necessarily like, oh, there's been like a giant uptick in like people believing in God. I think there's always been that rate of people coming. It's just more. It seems more abundant now. Like sidebar. Like, it seems like there's more abundant now of like quote unquote bad things happening because we live in an age of social media.
Yeah.
Rain is
So
about to
everyone-
drop. Stay active in chat to get free points.
Everyone has
Current
the
pot,
power to
5.06
report everything.
points.
Yeah, well, fuck, like, a boulder can fall, and it can be fucking posted, like, within the minute.
Yeah.
That's how
And
fast
we
everything
would-
moves.
Some people would be like, "Oh man, that's insane!" Like, just chiming in, but it's like, "Oh, I hope that doesn't happen here." And it'd be like in Florida, but we live in California. It's like, what does it matter?
Yeah.
Not to say like, "Oh, I don't care about the people that got hurt." But like, as
Yeah.
far as like what's going on in California, like, why would I worry about something going on in Florida that's not happening here? But and then as far as like I said, like the trending of it, the quote unquote trending of it, it's just more. There's more coverage, and there's definitely like, I don't know how to word it.
Try to spit it out, shit.
There's definitely there probably is more of an uptick of like people just coming just because
Rain
it is
paid
trending.
out.
Like, oh, it's a
Stream
new cool
elements
thing to
collected
do.
0.25
Yeah.
But at the same
points
time-
from the pot.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, who would say like how people come to God or
Yeah, like I said,
In what way?
everyone will come. I forgot how I worded it earlier, but everyone will come at their own time.
At their own time, and their heart will be renewed. You know,
Mhm.
it's just hard because it's hard on both sides. Because if you have people that are like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not pessimistic. What's the word? What's the word?
It's not pescatarian, right?
No,
I don't know what that word means, but that's from Drake and
Uh,
Josh. But
there's a word I'm trying to look for where like they're just negative all the time. What's the freaking word?
what, toxic?
No. Well, anyway, there are people that are like, oh well, like they're not really looking for God. It's like they're just all the thing. It's like, yeah, we don't know that. Like,
Yeah.
we should count it all joy for those that are trying to find God and going forward with it.
Mhm.
And then, not everyone has the answers, but when it comes to learning about God, coming closer to Him, we go by the Bible
Mhm.
under this belief. Like, you can't read the Bible in what the scripture says. You can't read it from a worldly perspective because then it's not worldly understanding.
Yeah.
It's not worldly word, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to getting closer to God, it's like, Eka and I use this analogy all the time. It's like, like you know your dad's voice, right?
Mhm.
If you're in a crowd of like 100 people and you heard your dad calling for you, you would be able to tell who's your
You'd be
dad.
able to pinpoint it, yeah.
You'd be able to pinpoint it. So, but if you didn't spend time with your dad and it's been like 20 years and you just met him, you wouldn't be able to pick his voice out
Yeah,
of the
you
crowd
wouldn't know.
because you don't know him, you don't recognize him. But when it comes to God, you're spending time with him all the time, you recognize his voice, you recognize the spirit and everything coming from that, and that's how you kind of keep growing towards it.
Mm.
Because I think I've told you before that sometimes people are like, oh, it's God. It's like, yeah, but you're using your own understanding of what you're doing, or they think it's God, and then it's the devil leading them the other way.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, you're doing something that's not lined up with what the Bible
It's an
says.
opposite direction, yeah.
Like, to quote Cliff Neckley, like, that's why we have the Christian Crusades, we have slavery, we have the Salem witch trials. So we had all that stuff because people went off their own understanding. They're like, oh no, this is the word. Bible
Yeah.
readers. Versus like, hey, like, what did Jesus teach? What are we supposed to be doing? Or, you know, this or that. That's what I.
What's your view on that?
Yeah.
All right, so the rebuttal, and this first one I don't know how to answer, but it says, and this is in quotes, there are no atheists in foxholes, actually true, or just a saying people repeat? I don't know how to answer that.
There's no atheists in foxholes?
Yeah. I don't know how to answer it, so I'm going to be a sleeper on that question, because I don't really have knowledge on that.
I just.
Or, I don't know if this is related to it, but what do you mean inactivity? On TikTok was being a lot. But anyways, I don't know if this is related to this rebuttal, but I'll say this. So there was one time at work I had asked an associate about, I forgot how I worded it, but it technically was God, and he said he didn't believe it. But then about a week or two ago, I was helping this lady where I'm stationed at. Another customer comes up and asks me where something's at. So I answer him politely, like, all right, have a good one, I'll see you next time. So the lady who I was helping states that, oh, that's a man. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no. We're in a period where people, they claim themselves as, I can be this. But anyways, I told my buddy about it. I go, yeah, this lady was like, not giving me crap, but just talking crap that, oh, that's a guy. But obviously the guy claims, not saying, he didn't tell me, but you get what I'm saying. Claims otherwise, yeah. And I told my buddy that the lady was basically judging. But out of my buddy's mouth, he's like, it doesn't matter because we're in a point in time where people will label themselves as this or that. And he basically worded like the only judgment that should matter is basically when you die and you go to God. So from him telling me that, it made me believe that at some point from when he told me he didn't believe in God up to that time, some light turned on in his head. Because if he truly didn't believe in God, he wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's probably something that came across him, or you talking about it opened his eyes a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, as far as this thing goes, that saying, it's basically like, it's saying like they would only, it's saying the foxhole references like, oh, they would only turn to God like if like they're in like extreme danger.
Yeah.
Or like they're typically like, oh, God save me, like, but they never believe in God. And then to say like, oh, there's no atheists in foxholes, it's saying like, oh, they would never turn to God even if they were like in like the life forsaken danger.
Yeah.
But
wait. That what you said, that has nothing to do about. I don't know where at in the Bible, but I've heard of it. The guy in the lion pit.
Daniel?
Yeah.
No.
Not saying that. Yeah.
Well, no, because Daniel believed, and the other people that were with him
Yeah.
were like obviously were not protected. So that's it's a different story, but it is like a good story about like God protecting you and whatnot.
Yeah.
But as far as like atheists go,
This is opposite.
yes, this is opposite. They would never, even if like their life was in danger, like they're about to get killed or something, they would. The saying is they would never turn to God.
They would,
They
or in simple terms for chat, they wouldn't credit it. So say like if they got shot at,
Yeah.
and if
Or
someone
they
says, you know, that's a miracle, blah blah blah, they can simply be like,
discount it.
no, it wasn't.
They're like, oh, it's just random chance.
Yeah.
Random chance. I was lucky. Like, cool, man. Like, you can believe that much more. Some people are atheists, don't believe this, but like maybe like an agnostic, like, oh, it's the universe. Like, but back to atheists, they have a belief that there is no nothing.
Yeah.
Like we're just here. We're just the way again Cliff Knechtly puts it. We're all just matter. We're all just
Dust
atoms.
particles.
We're all just collective energy. That's all we are. So that's why like they would never, no matter what happens. We're just here based off social constructs. So I would say, yeah, there probably is a lot of atheists that just would never. And I'm sure there's a small majority that, you know what, maybe crap, I made a wrong choice. And, you know, they see an actual miracle and like, oh man, like there's no way to explain this scientifically. It was a miracle. Like let's say like someone's like, so let's say someone has like a longer leg and a short leg. They see the shorter leg in the same length as the other leg. They can't be like, oh well, that's just random coincidence. Like, come on, bro. Like, you can't tell me that's not a miracle. Like, like
Yeah.
what are we doing? And yeah, that's what I think about that. I think there is those that are just like, you know what? No, I could be dying right now. It's just, you know what? I don't think God's gonna come save me.
Yeah.
And then there are probably some instances like God does save them, and they just like, oh, that's crazy. I can't believe I survived that. That's the way I see it. Now, if it was like, if you're saying agnostic, then I think that's different because they believe something's out there, but they don't believe like quote unquote the Christian God is out there.
Yeah.
Because I had one of my friends tell me they're agnostic because it doesn't make any sense. He literally said it was like the watermelon theory. He's like, he was eating a watermelon. He's like, there's no way that this watermelon tastes this good by chance. There's no way I'm eating this watermelon on this planet that has a perfect atmosphere for me to live in, the perfect galaxy to live in, that I'm a perfect distance from this big fireball that gives us heat and light. There's no way that there's an accident that we're just right.
Pretty
There's no way
much.
there's an accident in a watermelon.
It's there for a reason.
Right. So that's what I'll leave with that one.
All right, so the next rebuttal. Do you think people turn to God more out of hope or out of fear? I say both. That's just my view on it. Number one, my belief, and I've told you personally plenty of times, like I know I'm way straight off, but my belief is, I'll use the word hell, but in both of our beliefs, the thing is the separation. If the thought of hell scares me, but that equals separation.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, and obviously excuse the language, also to my fellow brothers in Christ out there.
All right.
My belief is, if the thought of hell still scares me to this day, because I don't have physical goosebumps, but I can feel my hair already. Me knowing that still scares me shows me I know there's chance there. Because if I really didn't care, going on some of the stories I told you back then, Gabe, if I really didn't care and if I actually truly meant what I said, which there's some quotes that I'm not going to state, I look back at this day, and I've even told you, like, technically in simple translation, am I fucked for saying that? If the thought of hell / separation scares you, and if it makes you get closer to God, that's good. And as far as hope, the hope is you want to make it past that gate. And you want to do everything right. Don't beat yourself up like me, even though I try to do things right, but I still get pissed at doing something's wrong.
Mhm.
The hope is to get past that gate and, well, past your judgment and to walk through that gate. So I
Yeah.
think it does, both of those can turn people to God. But the fear could be other things, not just the main one I had listed. But that's just my belief, chat. You don't need to believe it. You guys can believe whatever you want. I'm not saying that in a bad way. Everyone has their own belief on everything.
Mhm. Yeah, like again, I'll piggyback it could be both.
Mm.
The only reason why I say both is because everyone has their own scenario. Everyone has their own way of coming to God and having that surrender moment.
Yeah.
Like, so I had someone tell me like, oh, the only reason like you came to God, I was like 19.
Yeah.
And I'm 30 now. And I had someone tell me, oh, the only reason you came to God is because like, you probably had like drinkers in your family or something, right? Or something bad happened to you. I was like, not necessarily. It's like my life was not bad. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't like in some like lost home and my parents were there.
Mm.
I mean, life happens, but you know, I didn't come to God because like, oh, my life is such a mess and da 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 da.
Yeah.
No, like I was legit like learning about God, and I was like, dude, at the time I was like, dude, this guy seems awesome, like it's dope. Like I was 16 when I first got saved, or 17, and I was like, dude, like this is insane. Like all I have to do is like keep learning about him and like to keep striving for it. Like he's already like saved me and put my name in like the Lamb's Book of Life, and like I have a set place in heaven.
Yeah.
Because I believe in him. And it's like yeah, it's that's the hardest thing for people to get out of too when it comes to getting to God.
Mhm.
Is like, oh, it can't be that simple. It's like it is that simple when it comes to the Christian belief. It's that simple. The only thing that is hard is trying to be like Jesus, because we can't. That's
Can't.
why he came anyways.
Mm.
That's why he came anyways. He's a sinless person that came, lived, died, and rose from the grave.
Yeah.
And none of us could match that. We had tried to live by his principles. I say all the time, I tell my wife, I tell my kids, and I tell my Instagram, whoever reads it, whoever cares about it, I fail every day. It could be something as simple as getting mad at somebody driving to work. It could be something as simple as like, oh man, I said a cuss word or whatever, and like,
Yeah.
I felt bad, you know? And people fail every day. But the only reason why this faith is so awesome is because there's grace.
Mm.
Now, there's people that manipulate the grace or try to manipulate the whole, no, sorry, Lord, I'm sorry I sinned again. It's like they don't really care. That's where we start getting to like blasphemy territory, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
If we get to it. But as far as like coming to God, yes, there's hope for people like, you know what, like I really want to learn more. I want to get to this place that we call heaven.
Yeah.
And there's a fear of people like, Lord, like this life I don't like where my life's going, or people feel like they're stuck in the life they're in, like let's say like unfortunately like a child
Yeah.
in like a broken home. Like, Lord, I don't want this for myself. Like, how do I get out of this? Like, those are the scenarios that I think of. And like obviously there could be a question of people like, oh well, what do you do about those that are suffering and they're reaching out to God, they're not getting an answer? And like, that's not for me to say. Like, yeah, there's gonna be suffering in this life because we live in a cruel world that's cursed,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And that's the bottom line when it comes to my belief. Like, again, we could go back to the atheist thought, like, oh, we're just all accidental particles that happen to mesh up together. And when it comes to atheists,
From nothing apparently, but
when it comes to atheists, like, well, why do we matter? When it comes to atheists, like, we don't. It's all subjective. There is no objective morality to anything when you're atheist. And people might want to argue that as much as they want, but that's the bottom line. If you're atheist, you don't believe in anything. If there's no base for it, then you can't base anything off of it. It's like, oh well, if an atheist tells me like, oh well, I love you, it's like, well, how do you know you love me? How do you know it's
Yeah.
not just some chemical in your brain? Where does that love come from? What is your love based on? Like, there's no basis for it.
Mhm.
Where your morals from? Like, how are your morals better than a certain person that went around and killed 20 million selective group of people? what they thought was right in that quote unquote time of killing those people, or not killing, sorry TikTok if you're still listening, unaliving those people in that time. How is their morality any less than yours because you're atheist?
Yeah.
Now, sorry, I'm probably going on a tangent here, but if you believe in God, there is a basis of morality, because there's things set in stone for that already. Like something simple as the 10 Commandments, you go based off those, and like, yeah, you can kind of have a good life off of that, just living off it in general and believing in God. But at the same time, that's where the fear and hope coming from, leading up to him, comes from.
Yeah. All right. Now the scenario. You get one unmistakable, undeniable sign tonight that God is real. No room for doubt. What actually changes about how you live tomorrow morning? If I were, and I hope for it, to literally feel like the hand on my back, but no one's there. If that happened to me tonight, will I change how I live tomorrow morning? I'm gonna try my hardest. Because like he was saying, we're not perfect, and you cannot, I know mimic's not the right word. Copy seems too plain. Mimic sounds more spicy. You can't mimic how God moved. It is impossible. You cannot 100% do it. I don't even think you can get a pretty decent percentage doing it.
Well, because even scripturally it says we can't. Because it says even though you don't commit the act, the simple thought of the sin is a sin.
Mm-hmm. Like if
like we joke all the time, or we say sometimes like, oh man, like you don't just check out that chick. It's like, well, even if you're checking them out, you're still sinning. Like,
yeah. Because regardless, there's always going to be that little spark that pops up in the head. But anyways, yeah. I hope for it, or something like that. But if I legit felt a hand on my back, I wouldn't even have to hear words, because I'm not going to call it a ghost.
You would know.
Yeah, I would know. A fucking ghost, again, excuse the language. A ghost is not... A ghost would make me feel cold. That's just my view on it. I'm not going to feel force like how I'm tapping... I'm not saying God's going to hit me, but...
Yeah.
Like tapping my shoulder. If something firmly grabbed my shoulder or behind my shoulder, I'm going to know it. And especially if no one's there behind me, I'm not saying that's what it's going to take for me to believe that was that. I would know. But if something like that were to happen to me, I would try my hardest how I would live the next day. And continuing going forward like that.
Yeah. Now, I want to sound like annoying, but like, would I change anything? No, because I'd still believe like, oh man, that's my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's awesome. Like, I would tell people, but they'll probably think I'm crazy, because I've had, I think the only main time I've ever been like quote unquote like touched by God,
yeah,
was an instance where I thought I was defending Ika from something,
yeah,
from someone else in the church.
I remember the story. Go ahead though.
I told you, I think, and I thought the person that was like speaking over Ika was like wrong and yada yada yada. Like, I even talked to my pastor about it, and he was like, oh no, like she's an elder in the church, you know, like she's a really strong woman of God. And I was still like upset about it, and like literally driving home, I like audibly heard to myself simply, that wasn't for you. And I got instant chills, and I was like, like it felt like being like 5 years old again.
Yeah.
And being in trouble by my mom and dad. And I didn't know what to do, and Ika's just like, what happened? I was like, I think I just got in trouble. Like,
ready for some M9?
Yeah.
Then I told her, like, he told me that wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't for me to hear. Everything that the elder was speaking, like, wasn't for me to hear. It was for Ika. It was not for me to hear.
It wasn't directed to you. Yeah.
It took it into my own hands to try to correct the situation, but it wasn't for me. and that was like the only time I audibly had like an experience like that. And I'm sure people probably think I'm crazy or think I'm freaking some kind of like schizophrenic, but no, like that was the only time I've ever had like a godly experience like that. And it was like genuine like fear, not like, oh my god, I'm so scared, like I just saw a horror movie.
Yeah,
It was like
you got spiked. Like you felt
I got
everything.
I got scolded by my dad. That's what it felt like. Not like, oh man, my dad's gonna beat my butt. It's like, no, like son, like you did something wrong.
Yeah.
These are the repercussions. Don't do it again. I was like, okay, sorry. But as far as like would I change tomorrow morning any different than what I'm doing now? No. Because every morning,
yeah,
I give him the praise and all that good stuff, you know, all the stuff I tell you. Give a good praise, pray about my day, talk to him for a little, chop it up, and then, you know, Lord, like, have a good day because you woke me up today, so let's get it done. And
sir.
Keep on trucking.
All right, we'll close out that topic.
I don't mean to cut off the pod, but
no, I was about to say it. I was about to say final right there.
I would just add one little thing to that last part about like, oh, would you wake up tomorrow morning differently or whatever.
Good.
I think the hardest for me for that statement is if that happened to an atheist or an agnostic. Let me rephrase the question. The question was, if Jesus showed up to you right now and said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, to your face, just appeared to you, the agnostic or the atheist, I would say they still wouldn't believe.
They would probably think it was energy.
I honestly think they would chop it up to telling like, well, how do I know you're the true God and da 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 da, or like your ways are wrong, you're immoral. They would try to correct God and what He thinks. That's where my brain goes. As far as like, would you wake up tomorrow differently? And like, I don't think they would.
Yeah, and I
not all of them.
I agree with it firmly, but you do have a point because some might move over.
Yeah, because there's people that turn away from the faith too that are like, you know, like I talk to God every day, I pray to Him every day, and He never showed up for me, or He never got me this thing, or He never healed me. And it's like, okay, but you're telling God what He needs to do versus what we're only called to do is worship and praise Him, and that's it. You're treating God like this magical genie, like, oh, He needs to answer all my prayers because I'm in this world. No, that's not what He's here for at all.
It don't work like that.
That's a short and sweet answer, but I mean, like, again, we could talk about it another day and go a little more in depth, you know, with like scripture and stuff. But the short and sweet answer is He's not a genie in a bottle.
We'll be having another stream like this, chat. It's just another spin-off of one I did a long time ago. But anything you want to add, Gabe, before we close out?
No, that's pretty much it. Anyone listening, you know, whether you believe in God or Jesus or not, He loves you, Jesus loves you, and Jesus is the King. And that's not anti-S word. I don't think I could say that.
All right, chat. We're going to close it out right here. God bless everyone for tuning in. Everyone that tuned in, thank you for supporting. We'll catch you on the next one. Hope everyone has a good night / day, depending on where you're from. We're signing out. You guys take care.
GG's.
Yeah, man, I was starting to